Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today, I left my water jug over here. Figured I better wet this down before I showed it to you. I don't know that it's going to stay wet. That'll help a little. This is out of the second batch or second cutting of the new batch of Brazilian agates, and it's one I'm just going to I'm going to smooth that off and leave it in the same shape, except I'm going to have to take a little bit of this off to keep it from being sharp. And then I'm just going to leave this, polish this too, but I'm going to leave it flat, and then I'll make a sample out of it to set on your desk or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on it, and I'll show a little bit of it, and then I'll cut away until I get to the 280. After I get it shaped on the first two wheels, then I'll show you what my shape's going to be, and then we'll continue on down the line and finish it all up. And I'll show putting it back on this one. I'll show it what it looks like after I get the 280 done, and then starting on the 600, and then I'll cut out until we get it finished, because these last three wheels don't take very long at all, and it's not really worth cutting the footage up and speeding it up, because you ain't going to be able to put up with the noise. Although it's not so loud on these, this machine does make a lot of humming noise. So here we go. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to change the glasses. I thought those ones was awful spotty. Basically, I'm just going to take this nasty rind off of it, get down to the agate itself so it'll shine. It also let more light through, so you'll be able to see the lines better. Ooh, that's got some weird lines in it. I may not take all of those off. But as long as I can get it to shine, but no, yeah, maybe not. No, that is allowing more light to come in already. Well, I'd like to leave that on there. That looks like veins running through it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get a good enough shine out of it. It's too pitty. You've got too many pits in it. Okay, here's my shape. I didn't end up taking all of that off, and I did take the kerf marks out of this side too. I'm getting ready to take it to the 280. Here's a little closer shot. I was managed to be able to keep some of that skin on there, or what looks like veins in it. Let me get my light out here. You still can't really see too much of the lines on the inside, but they'll come out. They should pop out a little better once I get it. Well, I'm looking through my glasses this time, but I can't tell if it's in focus. It's because it's a rough surface. Oh, what I should have done. Somebody reach out of that camera and smack me upside my head and say, "Hey, wet it down, dummy." There we go. Much better. Well, my fingers are in focus, but for some reason the rock's not. It may be just because of the cloudy agate that's inside of there. That's another part of the reason. This centerpiece is mostly quartzite or quartz. That's what's making it cloudy. Well, it's not mostly quartz, but it's got quartz in it. Probably quartzite a little bit, or I don't know. Maybe it may be just busted up crystals. I'm not sure, but I know it's cloudy and it's probably going to stay cloudy. But you should be able to see the lines a little better once I get a polish on it. We'll find out here in a minute. I might want to turn some water on. I'll probably be a while on this rock or this wheel, so I'll go ahead and shut these off. Bring you back for when I switch wheels. Okay, here it is after the 280 grit. And I was able to leave the... I'm looking over my glasses, that's why I couldn't see. I was getting ready to get out my flashlight. I told you already I was able to leave the patterns on the outside on the back. I still got some scratches they got to take off of this, but they're from the 280 grit. I've got some pits left in here too that I got from the 220 grit because I didn't take this to the 80 grit at all on this face. I knew I'd leave some scratches that I'd have a heck of a time getting out. But the pits are just what you got to deal with when you're using that, when you're cutting that quartz that's got, or agate that's got quartz in it, making it cloudy. And there it is on the other camera. You can see the scratches. There it is. I've got scratches going this way, and then I've got some long ones either on this side or this side. I can't see them from here. Now they're up here on this top part. Probably might not be able to see them. They just look like regular scratches, but they're from rogue crystals on the 80 grit, I think, or 280 grit, I mean. And I don't want to take the chance of getting more of them. If I can't get them out with that wheel, there's something wrong. And if I take it back to this other wheel, I'm gonna have a bunch more pits. And it took me a while to get the pits down to where they are now. There's still quite a few in here, but I've got rogue scratches going both directions, rogue crystal scratches, and I don't think it's from stuff busting off of this because I've polished out everything but the pits in the back. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 regular pits and then a few smaller pits. 5 of the pits that I didn't take out that were pits in the rind. They were just too deep to take out. Well, they weren't too deep to take out, but I'd have lost all that pattern if I'd have gone in after it or taken them all out. And I thought that looked pretty cool. so I decided I was just going to leave it in there. And that'd be good sitting on something with the light shining down on it or shining up from underneath it, kind of like something like this. They've got little mini turntables you can get that spins them around. The part I don't like about it is they put in different colored light or different colored LED bulbs. So you got 3 different colors going through there, and I just as soon just be plain white. That one's a little more on the blue side too. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this 600 grit and see if I can get these scratches out. I may have to go back. I think I can at least get them small enough where I can get them out on this if I just barely touch it. But I got to get the pits out first. So, and I'm going to try to do that on this. This isn't as bad as that one. That's one of the ones where you're trying to get these 2 types of scratches out. So this one wears out quicker than these 3 other ones on the soft wheels. Okay, it's done. I just smeared some stuff on it. I was able to save most of the outside pattern. Not all of it, but I left some bugs in there, and there's some fractures on the outside edge that were in the rind, and then I've still got, yeah, I'm gonna have to take my textile gun to it, get the aluminum oxide out of the pits on the back, or out of the pits and the bugs. And there's the other side. And it was pretty dull as far as after the 3000, it was pretty dull, so I took it to the aluminum oxide. I got most of the dull out, a little bit around the edges. I wasn't able to get the first or a little in the middle, but I just kept at it for a little while. It took longer than I thought. Here it is on the other camera. Let me get my fingers on there correctly. And I got fingerprints on it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see those. It's hard to see the pattern on the inside unless you get the light just right, which let me take that out of my hand first so I'm not shining it at you. Maybe a little easier to sit that way. Let me zoom this one all the way in for this shot. And it doesn't matter which side you hold it on, the lower half's going to be darker than the top half because it's so round. And it's got that big bulge in the back, so it's going to block off the light. Unless I stick it right behind it with something like this. And I showed that earlier, I do believe. Well, that's not coming through as good as it was before. Battery's probably about dead on it. Not used it that many times, but it's for the back end of a pickup truck after they put the tonneau cover on there. And I figure I carry my little flashlight with me everywhere, so I don't think I need it in there, but it would make it good to show off rocks, except that it's got a blue light, a blue or bluish tinted light anyway. At least it looks like it to me, and it looked like it on the video when I edited it on the few that I used it on. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. I'll be putting one out. I did get my Wednesday one out Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. I set it a little early, just because I had to buy a new. I went on ahead and bought a new computer because I don't think my RAM was big enough for the program that I'm editing with. So it was a 12 RAM or 12 gig RAM, and it said 8 to 10 is about all you need, but The one I bought's got 16, and it's a studio model laptop, so I have no idea what that means. That's the first one I've ever owned, but hopefully, and it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. So hopefully it'll work better on all of that. But I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I was going to set it up today, but I still got it out here, and I had to make a few runs, and then I decided I'd better make some content so I've got one video left to upload, and then I need to render, or need to edit 2 more. I've got this one and another white plume agate, but that'll be out after the next one. The next one's where I cut these. So you won't see this until after you see my cutting video, because it'll be the next one after. Well, yeah. No, I don't know. It'll be the white plume agate is after the cutting video. Will be after the cutting video, because I haven't edited it yet. If I can get it edited in the morning, I might put it up first and then put the cutting video for the second 3 rocks in the new batch. And then I'll be 3 more of those, because I got 9 rocks left. I may not be able to get them all in my saw the way they are, and I don't really want to. They're just like all of these. There was only 1 or 2 in there that I could cut down and make into smaller cabs without ruining the pattern, because this being an oval pattern, you don't really want to cut that in half unless it was already broken. I've got some that were broken on that end, and nope, not one in it. I guess that was in the first batch. I think I don't even know what I did. Oh, they're in my little cabinet I made for my saw, with the plexiglass on the outside, 3 sides and the top, part of the top, for my wet saw, water saw, so that I don't splash all over the place in here. But anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.